So I just wanted to do a little recap before we start. We spoke about Mamash Gewalt, Ein Shum Yehush Ba'olam Klal. Right? There should be no despair in the world at all. This is what Daniel Malinsky and I went over last night in Likutei Moharan, Volume 2, Parak 78. I believe, if that's even a thing, you could fact check me if and correct me. Anyways, that was the recap. We just went over one line that is really just more than those couple of words. It means the world, but that's not what we're not going to be talking about that tonight. And I didn't post it on YouTube, so that's my fault. We're continuing tonight. It's great to see the Chaver on, Daniel Malinsky, who I just mentioned. Great to see you, Bosco, of course, Ilana. All right, well, speaking of the narrow bridge, Bosco, if you could mute yourself, that would be great. Thank you so much. When a person makes a start, tries, I'm just going to mute you, I'm so sorry, and tries to bring, and it's just not working. Okay, great. And tries to bring himself closer to God, he usually experiences a feeling of rejection. It is as if forces beyond his control are trying to prevent him from entering God's service. Right? We speak about this a lot, where when someone's trying to come closer, when someone decides, all right, maybe this is for me, maybe there's room for me in this world, right? In serving Hashem. But then once he starts experiencing all these forces, all this opposition, all these questions that he never encountered before. And it's scary. It's scary to go through that. Yet in actual fact, this apparent rejection that Rabbi Nachman is pointing out is nothing but a way of bringing him closer. But it takes tremendous determination not to become discouraged when you see that the days and years are passing by, and in spite of all your efforts to draw closer, you are still far away. So I think the key here, the underlying message, many messages that Rabbi Nachman is trying to tell us, is that when you feel that rejection, the key is to stand firm and be determined to come closer. Even though the days, the years, even the months of being consistent, of trying to grow, aren't so flavorful, aren't so juicy, aren't so fiery, it's okay. It's okay. Hashem just wants to see how persistent we are, how determined we are. It's not an easy road all the time. You're going to go through some challenges. But understanding that you're always going to be far, knowing that you don't know your place in this world, and that you could be on the highest of levels, but to yourself, you could be a low level, right? You could feel garbage, but really you're so beautiful to everyone else, and to the angels in heaven, and to Hashem, and to the tzaddikim. Right? So this should just give us a tremendous amount of strength when we go through these periods of rejection, when we go through this period of boredom and opposition and hardships, is that you don't know. We don't know. At the end of the day, we just don't know. And what we do know is this world, right? In this world, there's prayer, there's determination, there's Am Yisrael, we have a nation, we have Torah, we have Tehillim, we have Rebbeim, we have so much to our disposal. And I think if we start using those resources, right, it will help us to continue that motivation and determination to keep going. That's just another tangent. I just want to, so sorry. Anyways, guys, questions, comments, that's it. There's so much more Torah from the narrow bridge, but I think this is a good stopping point for tonight. There's so much. Gewalt.
If you can hear me, I'm driving, so I'll just share quickly. We say many people say every day in the parsha of the Tamid, right? The Lata Tamid, the Korban HaTamid is something that is constant. Sorry, you'll hear some. So I'm driving, as I said. Put it lower a bit.
By the way, Samson, my dad had a chiddush that the Waze is really saying Sab Zerus from the Pizza Esna Rebbe.
That's the truth. Wow. Routing. I played smaller, not Yamina. All right, Chevra, I'm gonna say that we should just be Tamid. I gotta go.
Gewalt. Thank you, Samson. That's all we needed. Anyone else? Daniel, Bosco, Jonathan, Alana, questions, comments, please feel free. So this is beautiful. Baruch Hashem. We should all realize that the narrow bridge is so wide. We should realize that when things seem like they're falling apart and like the ship is sinking, we're really so above water. And Bezrat Hashem, we should continue to have that motivation, that determination to keep going, even when the days seem like so dry, so uneventful, right? We could just turn it into the most eventful day. We could turn it to besimcha. We could turn it to dancing, right? Rabbi Nachman, we all know, Rav Joey Rosenfeld mentioned this in one of his shirim. Rabbi Nachman, one of the main things he taught his Talmidim, his Hasidim, were to dance when the music wasn't playing, right? And when the music was playing, it was geschmack, it was gewalt. But even while it wasn't playing, it was still geschmack. So, Bezrat Hashem, we should always be dancing, even when the music isn't playing. The people at IDC, we all know that there's parties, there's like DJs on campus. So we just got to dance when there might not be any DJs. So, Bezrat Hashem, guys, health, happiness, and success. Whether you're navigating through the streets of Ariel and just building bridges, going outside the house, and really like getting all the coordinates and putting everything together in project. Whether you're in Stern but just left the Zoom for technical difficulties, like Alana, whether you're in IDC, right, getting ready for Shabbos, like John Seidel always is, whether you're in the IDC dorms, right, just stealing Torah like Bosco, Mamish. Bosco is the deepest of the deep. And Daniel Malinsky, who's going back to Shlichut very, very soon, yet he's still coming out to stealing Torah. Last day was Gewalt or Chavruta. But Bezrat Hashem, guys, just be well. It's the 1st of June. And just be strong. Be strong. Let's all be strong together. Let's feed off each other's energy, right? Just seeing each other on the Zoom at night gives me so much strength. Should give you guys so much strength that people are just here to grow. People are here to know each other, to just try. At the end of the day, it's just effort. Bezrat Hashem, guys. Have a great night.